We're ready to go! So today we've got the Buttons t-shirt on and we've got my gorgeous bin bag tutus. I cannot believe it's actually here now, seriously. It's been so long waiting for this to happen.
And 6 months working on these costumes.
Yeah, so it's so exciting. November the 3rd we've been waiting since.
Yeah.
It's crazy, so... Okay, so we'd better go now. Bye!
Bye!
Hi everyone, I'm back from the 1989 tour, and this is going to be the first in a series of videos that I'm going to be putting up soon, and I think I'm going to call them the Groupie Diaries. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a video for each of the shows that I went to, and tell you a bit about what happened, and if I've taken any videos from the day or any pictures of that, I'm going to put them in here too. Obviously up until now you've seen my preparations for the tour, you've maybe seen me getting really excited for the tour, so it's only seemed fair that I'd come back with a story for you all. So this video is going to be about the first show I went to see on the 19th of June in Cologne. This was the night that I met Taylor. I've done another video about that, and this video is just going to be about the rest of the day. So on the 19th, me and Lily decided to kind of switch around our costumes a bit. We'd originally going to be doing the kind of clean theme, with the drowning and stuff, but we decided to change it to our costumes for the 20th, which was the button shirt and the bin bag tutus, because I was going to be meeting Taylor and we wanted to see the hard work that we'd done. So just as we were about to leave the hotel, we get down to the hotel foyer and they're playing Stay, Stay, Stay. So what do you do when you're in a hotel in a foreign country and they're playing an album track that you weren't even aware that they knew? You have a dance party. So me and Lily were dancing around the foyer, which was really quite funny because a lot of the other people in the hotel at that moment were AC/DC fans. They looked really intimidated, and really I think we should have been intimidated of them, but oh, they were such sweethearts and they were just like, whoa. We got to the Lanxess Arena at about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and we'd brought a Subway along with us so that we had something to eat. And we sat down and we spoke to some fans. We hung out with friends. I've got a few shout outs to make here. We met Rosalie, Carrie, Ellie, Fran, Emmy, Johanna. I think that's it. We spoke to a lot more fans as well that we weren't looking out for, but you know, when you're Swifties, you like to chat. And we also spoke to a lovely Spanish journalist. A few people were taking photos of us. It was so much fun. The Spanish journalist, she took a photo. I think she was going to put it onto Instagram. I haven't seen it since, but hey, if you see any photos of me floating around, feel free to send them to me or let me know where to find them, because it's really cool to come across them just randomly, and it's really cool to have a memento of that. Sometimes we forgot to take photos ourselves, so it was really cool when other people did for us. So it's about 4:30, I had to start thinking about the meet and greet. I went to go and get the details, I went to the meeting point, and I made sure to have everything that I'd been given to give to Taylor. And then the next couple of hours were kind of weird. There's another video about them. It was such a cool experience to see Taylor. And I still look at the photo, it's been a couple of weeks, but I still look at the photo and think, that didn't happen to me. That's just somebody that looks like me. But yeah, you can see a whole video about that if you want to know more about that. So after I got back from the meet and greet, me and Lily decided to stand in the queue at Taylor Nation for a while, but it soon became clear that we weren't going to get to see them before the support act started. James Bay. I'm so happy that he was the support act, because I'm a fan. Honestly, in his album there isn't a song that I don't like, and I haven't been able to get tickets to see him in the UK, so it was really so cool that I was going to see him on the same night as Taylor. So on this night we were in the upper levels, and we were in the front row of the upper levels, so when we got up to our block we realised that there was kind of a walkway in front of us, because the stairs kind of came out right next to where we were sitting and there was room for people to get past. So at first we thought that was really cool. It meant we could have dance parties and stuff. And then security made it clear that we weren't going to be allowed to do that, which is fair enough because it is meant to be a walkway. But even so, we had a really cool spot. I was so impressed with it. And it was a lot of fun to be able to dance to James Bay and get excited for the show. During the break between James Bay and Taylor, me and Lily decided to wrap some red fairy lights around our head. I really didn't notice how bright those lights were until I saw pictures coming through, and being able to point myself out in a crowd is actually kind of awesome. So when Taylor came out, this was the first time we were seeing the show. I had an idea of what the set list was going to be like, but I didn't know how she was going to move around the stage, what she was going to say and that, and it was so, so cool to see that show for the first time and to have so much fun and to have room to dance. It was so awesome. And even though I was in the upper levels, it really still felt like I was part of the show, and there were speeches that Taylor makes during that show, and they are so relatable. Whoever you are, whatever you've been through, you just feel like you know what she's talking about. And she has a way of speaking to everybody and making it sound as though the message is just for them, even though I think everybody in the room was feeling the same way. And that is like a true talent. So it was such a fun show. We done a lot of dancing. When we came home, our arms and legs ached, but it was a lot of fun. And one thing we were going to do this tour was, during the Red Tour, we'd done this thing called Floor Talk, where once we got home, we'd set up the video camera, just sit on the floor and talk about everything that had happened. We were so exhausted from singing and dancing and waving about that we completely had no energy to do that. So unfortunately we've not got those videos, but yeah, that's how much fun we had, and I don't regret it. I mean, it's sad that I don't have those videos, but at the same time, sometimes you just have to live the moment and not think about this would make a good clip for YouTube, this would be awesome to put in a PowerPoint, you know, and we really, really lived in the moment that night. If you ever do have seats in the upper levels for a show and you're scared that you're not going to have the same experience, I'd say just give them a shot. Taylor really tries to make the show amazing for everybody. I'm also somebody who's terrified of heights, so I was a bit concerned by the kind of restrictions that say if you have vertigo, don't go in the upper levels, but I found that they were alright, so I think it's something that needs to be tried at least once if you can. Definitely, if you have the choice between going in the upper levels or not going to the show at all, I'd say give it a try. They might not be as bad as you think, and you still get the party atmosphere up there. We had a lot of people singing and dancing in our block, so clearly there wasn't much being missed out there. Yeah, that was my experience. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Bye.